strategic. They're trying to basically put out the fire. And so that's why you have this massive immigration into the Western world in order to solve the demographic crisis, in order to solve the fiscal crisis a lot of these nation states are facing. That's why you have these wars going on around the world, because America is very much trying to maintain its empire and trying to force other nations to continue to buy U.S. treasuries. Otherwise, the U.S. would face a sovereign default crisis. And that's why you have so much discontent in America right now, so much inequality.
The earth. Methane gas is evil, which we all know is a lie. It holds in the atmosphere. So you have to live under austerity. You can't have a car, air conditioning. Obama famously told Africans and Latin Americans and Middle Easterners before he left office. Suddenly they shifted in the Paris Accord and say, oh no, now we need 100 times or 1,000 times the power for AI. So now don't worry about your power, but now AI is going to take our power. They're trying to bet everything on that. You have the WF 2 weeks ago saying we need an AI savior. What are they really doing with AI, and why do they suddenly drop their carbon taxes and all that and then just jump to this? Because they put so much into that.
Right. So the main issue with capitalism is that banks are able to print money as much as they want. Let's say it's an infinite money printer. And when you do that, then people no longer feel strained to work hard. And so the entire point of the economy is to exploit people's energy and to focus that energy into wealth creation for the elite. So you constantly need to manufacture crises in order for people to work hard. And so before, it was the fear of the Soviet Union, right? That's why we have to work hard, because we have to prove that capitalism is superior to communism.
Right? That is literally the biggest scam. Imagine getting a mortgage and then like they're like, oh yeah, you're approved for your mortgage. Here's your money. Here's your $1 million to buy the house. But actually, the only person really giving away money is you, right? The down payment, that's $200K if you put in 20% down. You put in $200,000 of your actual labor. And then what are they giving you back in return? They're giving you $800K, but not cash. It's just on the computer. Like transfer 800,000 all electronically. Meanwhile, you have to put in real efforts, like real hours, to then pay that back off with interest. So yeah, it's definitely like just debt slavery that they have us in. It's pretty brilliant. If you think about it, the way they've constructed the system is quite brilliant. Like these people, they're evil geniuses at a whole different level. Like that's why I feel like as if there's no really any way out for us. I think it's a wrap, really. I hate to be doom and gloom or defeatist, but I don't just see a way out of this for your average person, really. I think that they might get away with this. To be honest, I think that they might get away with this.
Otherwise, we'll all live under a dictatorship. And now they're going to manufacture an alien invasion in order to scare people. So the point is not to create fear. The point is compliance. There are different mechanisms in order to engender compliance.
And I totally agree with you, because you have all of the decades of pre-programming in movies, and Spielberg's movie out next month, all of this coming out at once. Clearly they're planning something big there. Why don't they be true aristocrats, as old lords in China and Europe, everywhere, said, make wealth, educate people. Our wealth isn't educated upward people. Only idiots try to feudalize them and control them and dumb them down, because now you've dumbed yourself down. This idea where under COVID, the elites doubled their money, the average person lost half their half. That was the elite actually losing their money. If I have $1 trillion in the bank, but there's nowhere to take a yacht or nowhere to go on a vacation or nowhere to own a beautiful home or nobody to take care of my horses, then I don't have the wealth.
Except that, like, there are places like that, right, Alex? There are places like that, and there will always be people to take care of their horses, because people always need a way to pay off their debts, right? You remember the debt slavery that they have people in? So it's quite brilliant, if you ask me. Quite freaking brilliant, these people. And you have to know, right? And it has to make you wonder, like, because I know that during COVID, before and after COVID, I believe COVID created like a lot of billionaires as well, right? So there was a massive wealth transfer. They deemed the small businesses non-essential, made all the big businesses essential, and pretty much just consolidated all the small businesses inside of the bigger businesses, got swallowed up. And we saw it in lifetime. And what did we do about it? Nothing. The people who spoke up about it, they were called, I think, COVIDiots, as they call them, right? Oh, you're an idiot, you're an anti this, and you're an anti that, right? That's what they said to them. So that's why I feel like as if they might get away with this. Because look at the response that we had during COVID, guys. The response that we had. Literally, we had family members uninviting their family members because of what the government told them to do. Like literally. Then you know that they're going to get away with this because we're gone. We're so far gone, unfortunately.
They fundamentally are retarded. There's something, but I get the fact that they're so sociopathic and predatory is how they were able to amass it. They're missing that link that the wealth is in a rising tide, raising all ships. They don't understand that fundamental.
That's exactly right. So you have a situation where the elite got into power because they're sociopaths. Sociopath means you lack empathy. Empathy means you lack imagination and the capacity to see things from a broad perspective. So they don't think about the larger social good. They just think about how to screw other people in order to accumulate more wealth. And so they
instead of creating a great system that people invest in and get successful, like not defending Xi Jinping on all his issues, he's got major problems with. You can see under China's leadership and under his, they're specifically trying to empower and create wealth for the average person. Because obviously that's why you have a stable society. What world wants to fuck people? I don't even get it.
Yeah, so
normally an empire will go pick one group to screw over and steal from. That's an but no, this is like, let's screw our own people in the empire. That is a recipe for destruction.
What is he talking about? Like, even in the times of antiquity, guys, like, and even in the Middle Ages, you had the people getting screwed over, right? I believe they were called the populace. And the populace back then, they had to pay tithes, and then they worked for free. So the people have always been exploited. The people have always been exploited. This is nothing new.